We're going to learn about all the different relationships that are formed when two parallel lines, like the ones I have here, are intersected by another line that is called the transversal. So when that happens, 8 different angles are formed and they all have special relationships. So what I'm going to show you in this video is that if you have the measurement of just one of those angles, you can actually find the angle measurement for all the remaining angles. So first things first, I know these lines are parallel because of this symbol that is right here, okay? So let's talk about the relationships that are formed. Number one is alternate interior angles. So when I say alternate, if anybody happens to be from New York City, you know what alternate side parking is. I don't know if other cities have it too, but if your family drives, you might have seen your mom or dad have to run out and move the car to the other side of the street when it's alternate side parking day. So if you think about the transversal like the street, when I say alternate, I mean opposite sides. So when I look at the transversal, there's a left side and a right side. I'm talking about angles that are on opposite sides. When I say interior, I mean inside of the parallel lines. So I'm thinking about the angles that are in this green region right here. That's what I mean by interior, okay? And we're always going to be talking about angles that are diagonal. They're not going to be right next to each other. So let's think about which angles have this relationship. So looking at the inside angles, angles 3 and 6 are both inside the parallel lines. They're on opposite sides of the transversal and they're diagonal. They are alternate interior angles. So are angles 4 and 5. So the vocabulary is important. Knowing their name is important, but what's even more important is knowing their relationship. So once you know that two angles are alternate interior angles, the important thing to know about them is that they are congruent. Their measures are equal. So what that means is if I knew that angle 6, let's say, was 45 degrees, then angle 3 also has to be 45 degrees, okay? They have to be equal in measure. All right, let's look at our next relationship, which is alternate exterior angles. So similarly, we're looking for the opposite side of the transversal, but then this time we're looking for angles that are exterior. So when I look at my parallel lines, exterior meaning on the outside of them. So angles that are above or below the parallel lines. So which angles are going to satisfy those conditions? It's going to be angles 1 and 8. Those are alternate exterior. So are angles 2 and 7. Those are alternate exterior. And similar to alternate interior, their relationship is that they are congruent. So if I know the measure of angle 8 is 135 degrees, then angle 1 is also 135 degrees. Corresponding angles. So my corresponding angles, I'll tell you which ones they are first, and I'll tell you how to remember it. So my corresponding angles are going to be 2 and 6, and then 4 and 8 on the right side. On the left side, there are 1 and 5, and 3 and 7. So the best way that I could explain corresponding angles to you is if I look at angle 2, matter of fact, let's also highlight angle 4. And let's say I take those two angles and I'm going to take an elevator straight down. So I'm not moving left or right, I'm just going down with them. Notice that when I slide them, angle 2 is going to land right on angle 6, right? They're in the same exact position. So angle 2 is corresponding with angle 6. Angle 4, just moving it so you can see the numbers, is in the same exact position as angle 8. It lies right on top of it when I kind of take it down in the elevator. So those are my corresponding pairs. And the same thing will happen on the left side of the transversal. Now, what we need to know about their angle measures is, once again, they are also congruent. So if I knew, for example, that angle 2 was 45 degrees, then I know that its corresponding angle, angle 6, is also 45 degrees. And let's talk about the final relationship, which is consecutive interior angles or same side interior angles. You may hear it called one of those two things. So this is one is a little easier to understand. I'm talking about the same side, so same side of the transversal, and then interior, like we talked about before, those inside angles that are inside the parallel lines. So these angles are referring to 3 and 5, 3 and 5, and then also 4 and 6. However, their relationship, let's just look at those angles for a second. Angle 3 is an acute angle, right? That angle is definitely less than 90 degrees. Angle 5, which is its consecutive interior angle, is clearly an obtuse angle. It's more than 90 degrees. So I know their relationship cannot be that they're congruent. The relationship between these angles here is that they are supplementary. Now, do you remember what that means? That means that when I add them up, I get 180 degrees. And then there is another angle relationship in here that doesn't require the parallel lines and transversal, but it's still apparent. So angles like 1 and 2, if you notice together, they form a line. So those are also supplementary. So are 3 and 4, so are 5 and 6, so are 7 and 8. And if I kind of look at this on its side, 2 and 4 also form a line. 6 and 8 also form a line. So there's a lot of supplementary relationships happening here as well. So those are all of the relationships. If you would like to see problems that have variable expressions representing these angles where they're a little more difficult to solve, I'm linking those videos for you now.